I've found myself feeling more and more that I could do anything as a designer. Within IDE, I've done projects that have looked at future factories, future transport, future health.
I really like thinking of scenarios for the future and just working out kind of who all the kind of stakeholders are in those scenarios and exactly kind of what issues are going to be facing.
I'm completely fascinated by people. Even when I was doing engineering, I was fascinated by how the bone structure works and how, the mechanics of the body, and I'm still completely fascinated by people.
I think I'm most passionate about solving very practical, very real-world, very simple problems. My aim is to try and make things easier, everyday things.
So imagine you're in a typical department store, perhaps on Oxford Street in London, and you're browsing maybe moisturisers. What my Open Retail project does is it brings live crowdsourced information to that environment. So the app's web-based, and the idea is you just visit the website and then you can just pick it off the shelf, use the Open Object app in order to curate your information preferences. And then using this augmented reality browser, you can look at the object and see kind of key information. And it's even offering me like alternatives that are better for animal welfare and also like news information.
If we consider the human brain, we can break it down into tiny little parts called neurons. Each one of these neurons is connected to thousands and thousands of other neurons. My project is looking at these networks and how we can make them learn and develop and adapt. If I interact with this blue one, and I squeeze it, the population recognizes that the blue one is the most popular. This was previously the green one, and it's now a lot more blue, and previously the red one is now hinting at more blue as well. What I envisage is that this is a communication tool, a data transfer tool within products, capturing users' information and sharing it in a passive, non-invasive way, and the system learns as a whole because of this interaction. So hopefully this kind of framework could be seen in products to deal with that kind of data that we will in the future have.
Well, osteoarthritis can hit from 40 onwards, so under 40 it's quite uncommon, but over 70 almost everyone has it. So if you imagine this is the domestic setting, so this is somebody's home, and they have osteoarthritis in their knees, then it can be very painful to walk downstairs. So they grab hold of the banister, which makes it very difficult for them to carry things at the same time. My project is about helping people to move things up the stairs. So if I was at the top of the stairs, I could send down my laundry on the banister, it would reach the bottom safely. I would then go down the stairs, supporting myself on the banister, and then at the bottom, I can retrieve my laundry and take it to the washing machine. So that's what my project is about, is trying to help people to carry on with their lives and to keep their joints active and to manage their own osteoarthritis.
It's essentially the extremely desperate people who get lured into the malicious activities of terrorism. So I actually went to Pakistan in the middle of a security crisis, visiting rural farms around Peshawar. I really just immersed myself into their activities. I tried their tools, really trying to understand their lifestyle. And that's what we learn in the course, that you really have to understand your user in order to solve a problem for them. This is a traditional hoe, has an inward facing blade, strong wooden post. Because the soil is so tough and packed, they have to use extra force from their back and their shoulders to try and dig into the soil to get to the root and cut it off. So the brief that I came up with for my design was to come up with a new design for a hoe, which is simple, it's robust, it's economical, it's easy to assemble, easy to use. Most importantly, it allows the user to maintain a proper posture. It's basically a simple adapter which fits between the existing hoe head and the handle. In this design, you just move the tool to wherever it needs to be used. You place it right in front of the weed which needs to be removed and cut through the roots of the weed.
We've got graphic designers, we've got product designers, we've got hardcore engineers. I think between all of us in this department, we could tackle any problem. We could design a spaceship.
The course is amazing at pooling and bringing together people from all around the world who are particularly good at their own specific things. So when I finish, I'll have a global network of incredible contacts, people who are going to clearly go and do brilliant things within their particular field.
They tell you other work and pieces of research that are happening in the field, like tutors that really know exactly what's going on at the moment and can relate your work to current work and show you where you might actually not be being as original as you thought.
People are not here just for getting a piece of paper saying, oh, I'm a double master's. People are really, really passionate about what they do. When you go in the presentation room and have your critiques, it's amazing to see how much energy and effort is put in every presentation. So if you slack down even a little bit, it can put you miles behind.
In preparation for the ID interview, it's important to show that you have a broad sense of interest. The best ideas don't come from looking at past design work, they come from looking at current thinking in areas that are not related to design at all.
Passion and drive. So if you have those things and you're willing to put in the time and effort, you're going to excel here.
If you are that sort of open-minded person who's willing to just dive into a course which will throw you in all different directions and ask you to figure out for yourself who you are, what is it that you really want to become, what is it that you really want to get out of the course, then I think it's the best place you can be.